Mindful Moments family, come on in, come on in, come on in. Welcome back. This next episode, you will have the opportunity to sit back and relax and watch one of my presentations and or sermons that I have preached throughout. I am so excited for this to just downpour within you, uplift you, motivate you, and inspire you. I know that this is Mindful Moments Mental Health Tea with Dr. T, and don't worry, that is not going anywhere. We will be right back very soon with that. But until then, I want you to enjoy what we have now put in the broadcast. We are excited to inspire you on a different level. So just sit back and relax, but don't forget to come back, okay? Peace and love. We'll see you soon.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Teresa Watts. I am a mental health therapist here in the Lansing area. It is a pleasure to be here. I'm trying to figure out why I wasn't invited to the whole thing for basketball, because you know I was a cheerleader and I cheered like crazy for y'all. You remember? I want to be invited next time. Next time. Someone told me it was going to be. Yeah, she said it's going to be a next. I'm, again, very happy to be here on today as we talk about leveling up. When I was asked to be a part of this, I gladly said absolutely, identifying that a lot of times we are stagnant and we are not able to get to the next because we're stuck in our own mindset, not even realizing or identifying So today I'm gonna help you get inside of the mindset and become comfortable with saying, you know what? I'm ready for my next. How many ready for their next?
Yes.
Yeah.
Next.
I see the hands out there, and I'm gonna move around. I do connect with my audience. If I look at you, if I point at you, please don't take offense to it. But I like to do that in connection. Now, I do want to let you know as well that today, first of all, before we get started, I want you guys to give yourself permission to open up. Many times we cannot move on or we cannot progress, and we're not seeing the gains that we wish to see because we do not grant ourselves permission. So I heard Ashley say it kind of feel like church on today, where she made people or asked of you to move around and come a little closer. And I'm very observant, and I watched how many of you were stagnant. You were afraid to move around because when you came in here today, you positioned yourself, you found your seat, you became comfortable in your seat, respectfully so. But when you were asked to move up, just so that you can receive more, a lot of you were hesitant. And again, this is no disrespect to you, but it's just something that I observed. So what I wanted to point out from that example is do it when you're scared. Do it when you're scared. If you are sitting on your next, if you know what it is that you want to do next, and you're hesitant because of all of the I can'ts going on up here in your mindset, go ahead and execute that thing. Execute it. So let me not get preachy on y'all, so we can go ahead and get started. I guess I'm in control of this. So today's presentation, you will learn, I have a 4-minute video that I want to present and motivate you guys through a video. We'll have explanation of how your thoughts dictate your actions. Your thoughts dictate your actions. Then we'll talk about how to reach for your next by unpeeling your onion. And that's a therapeutic term that we like to use in the therapy world when we see our clients. We have to unpeel the onion, right? We have to get to the root cause. What's preventing you? Right? So we're gonna learn how to identify certain areas. So you will learn that we're talking about mental health, but as it relates to the mindset, the position of the mindset, which impacts your level up. The next thing that we will talk about today is how to reset your mindset. So what I've created was steps. So steps to go through strategically to talk about, and I'm excited for the Q&A part. So I'm sure that you will have questions. I see some note takers out there. Please take notes today. As a mental health therapist, before I get started, it is my obligation to say that if you or anyone that you know is suffering or have suicidal ideations and they're in a crisis, please seek help. Please ask them, do you have a plan? That's an uncomfortable question, right? People are suffering, people are struggling every single day with mental health, even in the business world. I know it's a lot of entrepreneurs out here. I know there's a lot of things, a lot of losses that we have endured throughout these past few years. So please pay attention to the red signs. I do have a 101 takeaway mental health sheet at my table so that you can identify some of the red flags and things of that nature. The number, the crisis line that you can call and or you can give to someone as a resource is 988. Again, that number is simply 988. Ashley?
YouTube video.
I told you guys I'm not
YouTube.
that tech savvy. I can create a PowerPoint, but I really don't.
We got you. We got you. Bear with us, we're working on it right now.
1 second to read. I know you had a video. Let me just look it up real quick.
Moving outside of your comfort zone, knowing who you are, knowing what your next steps are, and again, becoming comfortable. And every day that you wake up with a level up mindset. So I'm really proud of the title of today's conference, because you have to wake up with that mindset, wanting more. And knowing that although you may be successful and you may have started your business, you have a great business going on, but always think outside of the box. I am a mental health therapist, but I am also an author. I also love to speak to people. I'm always thinking outside of the box. What can I do for collaboration to enhance what it is that I'm doing? Thank you. So the next slide here, let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper. This slide here basically identifies the way that you think and how it dictates your actions. Here you see that it's broken up into 3 categories. The thought is one thing. That's the first thing that we think, right? What's going on? What is it that I have to do? Is it a positive or is it a negative thought? And that's very important to identify, because if we're thinking negatively, it's going to be very hard and impossible to reach your next. It's going to be very hard and impossible to level up if you have a negative mindset. So again, we're thinking of this in a positive fashion. So the thought is that. After that comes the action. The action is what occurs initially, and that comes from the thought initially. What are you going to do about it? Now what is the next step? That's the action. Was your thought effective enough to get to your next? Was it just something you threw out there, wanting to do something because what the next person is doing? How many people know that this is not a race? Your journey and what God has for you, it is for you. It's already there. It's just getting over that hurdle. It's just getting to that next point, the action. So think diligently of what your next action and your step is. The action then becomes the demonstration. The demonstration and action may sound a little familiar. It might sound like it's the same thing, but it's not. It is the result of the action. It's the demonstration of what the action was. Was it a positive thought? Was it negative? Was it for you? Was it for your business? Is it what you were supposed to do? It's the reality of the actuality. Your reality and your actuality. Make sure that you're surrounding yourself. I saw something today, and another example was that someone was encouraged to do something. You have to have people that where you're getting that reciprocated friendship, that reciprocated, whatever it is in your life. You can't pour from an empty cup. So assure that just as much as you're putting out and that you're pouring into someone, that they're able to pour into you as well. And if they can't, here comes the scary part. You may have to make modifications. Everyone cannot go with you. as you grow. Right? It's the level up. Everyone cannot go with you as you grow. I like that. I wanted to repeat that. I intentionally said that twice. Everyone cannot go with you as you grow. Somebody said, can you say that again? This is the hard part. This, in many cases, keeps us from healing. This, in many cases, keeps us in that stagnant position. Staying in that seat that you found when you walked into the Level Up conference on today. Saying hello to a familiar face, rather than stepping outside of the box and daring to try. And say, hello, this is what I do, I'm from this area. This is the hard part, and I call it unpeeling the onion. But in order to level up, you have to peel back some things, because you have to identify some areas that, you know what, hey, yeah, that works for me. I may keep that and go ahead and enhance that, or that doesn't work for me. Let me go ahead and throw that out. Let me go ahead and get rid of it. It's okay to get rid of it. It's okay. Again, like I said, dare to try. Do it when you're scared. I see a lot of ambition people here today. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I feel the energy, and I'm so excited to see what's on the other side waiting for you. So please take my business card and y'all let me know. Just letting y'all know. So we're gonna go ahead and explain this slide. It says there is always the next, always. When you wake up in the morning, what's next? I'ma pray. After you pray, what comes after that? I gotta start, getting myself together. Gotta go wash up. Gotta get the kids up. There's always a next. What is your next? Have you asked yourself what your next is? Have you strategically had a conversation with self? And I mean for real, with self. Getting up in the mirror in the morning and saying, self, what we gonna do today? Like, this is the business. It's okay. It's healthy to talk to yourself in some cases. Some cases, right? What are we doing? What am I doing? Where am I going? How will this impact me? How will this affect me and those around me? The next one says, strategically think. Strategically think. This doesn't only have to happen with self, but once you identify your circle and your support, then pull together some people. Let's talk. See, that's where we're stagnant. We don't like to talk. We don't like to talk about our ideas. We don't like to brainstorm. We don't like to talk. We don't like to ask. I know in the Bible it says that you have not because you ask not. You have not because you ask not. Again, dare to try. Ask. That question may be your level up. That question may be the conclusion to what you're trying to conclude. So ask. Ask those uncomfortable questions. Effective, plan, or not. So it all coincides. The next step is identify what keeps you stagnant. What is it? What is it? This is diving deep with self. Again, it's kind of uncomfortable. It's kind of uncomfortable. But is it that last friendship or that last business partner that you had that didn't work out for you? What is it? What are you afraid of? What's keeping you stagnant? Again, strategic thinking that takes that. Group of individuals or friends, so it's just repeating primarily, making sure that you have the proper persons in your corner and that you're getting that reciprocated exchange is what I call it. You deserve it. It's okay. And then the last point here on this slide is accept that maybe you need to make modifications. Know that elimination is in some areas is the hardest part of this step. When you have to eliminate something that you're familiar with, someone that you've been friends with for over 25 years, but when you start elevating and things start to happen, you notice that the trajectory of your friendship or that relationship may have changed. So you may have to make some modifications. And know that it's okay. Again, grant yourself permission to do so. It's okay. Y'all with me? Okay, y'all leveling up out there? Okay, all right. Okay, I hear a clap. Now, y'all know I'm an evangelist. I felt like I was in church. Come on now. Come on. Yes, come on. In our last, our last slide here. This is my favorite slide. Because if you have to take a picture, thank you. If you have to take a picture, please take a picture of this slide. This slide is a determining factor of your level up. Like I identified at the beginning of the conference, many times we go all around the answer of what our stagnation is of the level up process. Not identifying that it's our mindset. It's the way we think, it's the way we behave, it's the way we connect, it's the way that we act, react, and execute. It's within self. So sometimes we don't know how to take action in resetting the mindset. We don't know how to do it. That's okay. I'm here to help you. A lot of times these things are learned, right? The way that we live, the way that we go through life is a learned behavior in many cases. So I encourage you to stop. It's a 4-letter powerful word that we typically do not like to do. And I see a lot of women in here tonight. I know us women, we don't like to stop. We have to keep going in most cases. Men, I'm not excluding you, so please don't feel left out. My husband is in the room, so I'm definitely not excluding men. But just speaking in our perspective, we don't know how to stop as people. Stopping is, if we stop, we're afraid of what can happen. If we stop, we're afraid of what thoughts we may come up with, or what strategic plan, right? It's scary to stop. It's scary to stop. So this particular component requires you to stop. This is where you take action in leveling up. Your thoughts become and are your actions. The area of focus, I identified 7 steps here. The first step being acceptance. Accept that your mindset needs to be readjusted. That's the first step. Maybe I'm not thinking adequately because I'm not really getting where I need to go. I know I need to increase and improve what I'm doing, but maybe I'm not getting there because I need to readjust my mind. I'm gonna speak really fast because I see my time is up. I'm gonna speak really fast. I'm glad that you all took pictures though. Number 2 is to identity. Identify your counter mindsets. What's going on up there? Sometimes we get so caught up in our mind and all of them thoughts, they all roam. They like to roam at the same time. They like that, just like emotions. They like to roam all at the same time. Take control of it because you are in control of your mindset. You are in control. Step 3, execution. Flip the switch. Stop the negative thinking. Stop the negative thinking. Flip the switch. Understand your why. No one else's but yours. Step 5, realization. Realize that willpower and motivation is not enough. This is great, what we're doing here today. This is wonderful, and I'm so happy for it. It helps, but it's not enough. What are you gonna do when you leave out of here today, right? You can't just say, yeah, that was very empowering, I can push play, and all of the things, but what's your next step? What's your next step? And that, again, comes with strategic thinking and planning. Start small so that you can finish big. Do not set unrealistic goals. Do not set unrealistic goals. Make sure that you can achieve them. Number 7, get comfortable to the F word, and that F word is failure. Sometimes failure is a part of success. We're gonna hit some glitches, right? Because her role and her roadmap or her plan may not work for what it is that I'm doing. So you may have to tweak that thing. The next column here is enter into your own mindset. This requires you granting yourself permission to do so. Challenge your limiting beliefs. Don't say what you can't do, rather than say what it is that you can do and execute. Face your fears, shift your outlook and perspective, change or modify your self-talks. Again, those talks that you have in the mirror, Make sure that is positive and it benefits you. What are you talking about to yourself? Number 4, focus on the positive/good things. Practice positive talks. Practice gratitude and affirming self. Affirm yourself. It's okay to say, you know what, self, that was good. That was good, Tariva. That was good. You finished that program, girl? Like, what's next? Affirm yourself. Create your own lane in life. Create your own lane in life. Focus on opportunities. There are endless opportunities. Again, it's a room full of entrepreneurs in here. It's something for you to tap into. Focus on that opportunity. And number 10, assure that you get support from an effective resource. There's a difference. There's a resource and an effective resource. And that concludes our show. So, again, thank you. My name is Dr. Watts. I am a mental health therapist. If you want to talk to me, come talk to me at the back table.